Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we'll be doing a full breakdown on Scholar's job changes and additions coming in Endwalker. This information is fresh out of the latest media tour, which I had the privilege of attending, but bear in mind, everything in this video is still subject to change before Endwalker's release. I'm also not going to hard focus on potencies very much because those could change as well. Plus, with all the stat squishes and everything, we really don't know exactly how these pan out. Oh, there's also a playlist in the description, and from clicking the I in the top right corner to check out all the Endwalker job change videos I have on the channel. Anyway, let's get started. Now, Scholar is a job that appears to have only gotten a few adjustments and additions, at least on the surface, and I'll elaborate on that a little bit more later. One big thing is that your Broil spell only takes 1.5 seconds to cast now. This greatly improves movement and the ability to weave in off-global cooldowns. Less Rune 2s is good in my book. The only other change I really saw that wasn't potency related appeared to be that Fey Blessing no longer uses Fairy Gauge. They didn't add any new Fairy Gauge skills either, so it seems like that's just exclusively used for Aether Pact now. I actually wanted more gauge usage going into Endwalker to make it more interactive, so not too exciting for me. Guess I'll just let that tether rip more often then. For new skills at level 82, Broil and Art of War both digivolve into Broil 4 and Art of War 2 just to get a bit of potency and to get a new animation. At level 86, Scholar gets Protraction, which is basically a party-wide thrill of battle. It raises the max health of all party members and heals them for that amount. It also boosts their healing received by 10% during this time as well. This has a wide array of potential uses. Players can click this buff off after the heal to potentially make max HP checks a bit easier, or tanks could abuse this bonus health to buff their party shield, such as Divine Veil or Shake It Off, allowing for even more mitigation. Not to mention, it has bonus healing. That ensures that any shields that are cast on the party will be more powerful as well. So I expect this to be an insanely popular cooldown, especially with a short 1-minute cooldown. You know, if it keeps that way in the full release. Finally is Scholar's capstone skill, their level 90 ability, the meme from the live letter, Expedient. This skill has two effects. First, it reduces damage taken by 10% for the whole party for 20 seconds, which is pretty long. But it also provides everyone with increased movement speed for that time as well. How much movement speed, you may ask? Well, in this side-by-side comparison, it looks to be the same speed as Sprint, same running animation, same travel time, so looks like it's AoE Sprint to me. Now on one hand, that's actually really useful. Plenty of times in a fight, I just wish Sprint had 2 charges, maybe one day. However, at least I get to control when I sprint, so I know when to not use it or when my character's run speed will change. If a Scholar pops it as I'm running towards a ledge, well, hopefully I notice before it's too late. Or even worse, any mechanics that force you to run in a set direction uncontrollably are now at much more risk of trolling, deliberate or otherwise. I truly wonder if this survives this iteration or it gets changed, because it's as useful as it is memey. I guess it joins the rescue club in that regard. As for traits, they're pretty by the books. Their level 82 trait just evolves Broil and Art of War up a tier. Their level 85 trait boosts the potency of some of their healing spells, including Embrace and Seraphic Veil. It also increases the shield potency of Adlo and Succor, something a bit more notable than a lot of other jobs. Because pretty much every job got some sort of potency boost at 85 via a trait, whether it be damage or healing. And at 88, the cooldown on deployment tactics is lowered to 90 seconds. That's pretty big considering how strong that skill is. So is Scholar the meme everyone thought it would be? I don't think so, but I don't think it's nearly as exciting right now with Sage as its shield barrier counterpart. The damage and skill potencies seem to be countered against the fact that Sage will be using an extra second every time they boost their base spells, alongside having energy drain in the kit for Scholar. They also still have Chain, which is pretty valuable to the group, embraces a higher potency than the heal from Sage's Cardian partner share, and their defensives are still incredibly strong, even if the movement speed on Expedient is a bit of a meme. I think it will come down to feel and aesthetic more than actual performance, and I think at this point Scholar is really lacking the aesthetic at least. Now the big thing, earlier I mentioned that it seemed like their changes were simple on the surface, because I couldn't really tell about this last little bit here. The Fairy I had other attendees from the media tour tell me they felt was a bit more responsive, and that's good. But in my testing, and it could have just been because we were playing remotely and maybe my connection wasn't stable, but it just didn't seem that much more responsive than usual. I tried moving away from it after issuing a command, and I noticed the fairy still follows you before initiating it, something I really wish it wouldn't do. Of course, you can fix that by putting your fairy in one place, but it just is annoying to begin with. You can still ghost fairy skills, it seems, too, so I think there are some important aspects about Scholar they should still look to update in 6.1 and beyond. I will say that at least when issuing a lot of commands back to back, it didn't seem to take as long, but I won't say that it seemed like it was massively improved either. But if you liked Scholar before, you'll still like it after the changes, and it won't be bad in my opinion, but it's definitely not as exciting for me. And that's going to be a wrap for my overview on the Scholar changes coming in Endwalker. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and check out all the other Mediator videos in the playlist. They'll keep you busy. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.